What an absolute classic. An absolute classic. Sacramento wins it 126 to 123. And everyone is excited down here at Bennett's. Again, a phenomenal basketball game. Kings were down 10 in the third. They were resilient. They took the lead into the fourth, and they now lead this best-of-7 series 1-0 in an absolute classic. All right? This game will go down as a classic. Game 1, the fans waited a long time, and they get the win. Oh, wow, what a performance, and it's great to have Ryan in Sacktown. Buddy, De'Aaron Fox and the Sacramento bench won this game.
Absolutely. That is the key, the Kentucky connection between Fox and Monk. Talk about stepping up big when they needed to. Heck of a game one, as Grant said, will go down in history for a long time.
How about Fox? 38 points. Remember what we said? He's not a superstar yet. He looked like a superstar tonight in that second half.
Grant, he took the first step, and that's exactly what this team needed to do. He put them on his back in the second half and absolutely put an exclamation mark on this victory.
Yeah, because Sabonis was well defended. Even though Sacramento got 16 rebounds from DeMontis, he only had 12 points. So
that's right.
So Fox, and then how about Monk and Lyles off the Sacramento bench?
Grant, we've talked about it all coming into the playoffs. They were going to need every single person on that bench to show up that was going to get in that rotation, and they absolutely did. Huge performances at huge times.
All right, I'm so happy to have everybody here. We had 28,000 people watching us at halftime. I think we can hit 40,000 tonight. Yep. 126 to 123. Sacramento now leading 1-0. Game 2 is coming up as the Warriors now are going to try to even up this series, and it's not going to be easy. The Kings really showed me something tonight.
They came out, they played Kings basketball. That's what they did. They stuck around, they kept it close, and when they needed to get over the hump, they did, and they made their free throws down the stretch. Hell of a performance.
How about 26 of 32, and how about Malik Monk? 14 of 14 from the foul line.
Pretty incredible for Malik. Getting to the free throw line 14 times for Malik, Grant. And you know what? They needed every single point from him.
Man, it is so great to be here at Bennett's in Roseville. Everyone's super pumped up. The Kings hold on, and they get the win. Really appreciate those of you that have donated here on the Super Chat, and we greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much. Keep them coming, right? Celebrate the win. Get on that Super Chat.
Get on it.
No, seriously, though, this was phenomenal. It really was.
What a great atmosphere. And thank you to everybody that came out to Bennett's. And thank you so much to Bennett's for having us. What a wonderful night. And I'm sure everybody's having a great night wherever you are.
I think the Kings are beyond, relieved that they came out and were down 10 in the third. And they ended up taking lead into fourth. I thought that was key. Debbie says Kings did not play their A game, but they found a way to win. They sure did find a way to win. I think they played their A game.
I think they played their A game. Yeah, I would disagree with that. But, Grant, just what you said at the start of the third quarter, the Kings needed to come out strong, and they didn't, but they overcame that 10-point lead and took the lead into the fourth.
Yeah, Malik Monk, how great was he tonight?
Oh, incredible. And that's what you get from Malik, Grant. You either get the great Malik or you get kind of a little bit stretchy and not doing great.
So great to have you watching from Korea on the way home. Have a safe trip. Really appreciate that. Hey, thank you very much, Jay. It was a great night at Bennett's, and we certainly appreciate everybody that came out here. Everyone is super pumped up. What a classic. What a game. What an absolute amazing game.
Grant, and we're going to be treated to at least 3 more. We know we have 3 more. But, yeah, great. They matched up so well together, and there was ways they can both improve. But this is going to be a fun one, partner.
Man, unbelievable game. Incredible. 126 to 123. Sacramento waited until 2023 after their last playoff game in 2006. You know what? Right now, it almost seems like worth the wait.
Yeah, right. Hey, Sacramento Kings fans, your team has not lost a playoff game in 16 years. Take that to the water cooler on Monday.
Yeah, I thought when the Kings were down 10, it was going to be a real problem, but they didn't. They didn't choke. They maintained their composure and they held on, and they did show a lot of heart. You are absolutely right. They showed a lot of heart.
And Grant, they did it at both ends. They made in the second half, they made Curry and Thompson really take difficult looks. And that's what you got to do. Wiggins showed up for them huge. We talked about that. You were right about that. But the Kings, this was an A game for them.
Yeah, Curry ended up with 30 points on 20 shots. Clay, not efficient, 21 points on 19 shots and only 5 of 14 from distance. So now you got to exhale and don't be content with what you just did.
Right. You got to take this one. You got to treat it one at a time. Obviously, I think everybody would take a split if we asked you before the game started. But go in. You now know you can beat this team, right, Grant? You know you can beat the playoff Warriors. So now you take that confidence away.
All right. I thought Andrew Wiggins, for not playing since February, had a nice game. He missed a big 3 at the end. He did miss 7 of 8 from distance. But the point I'm trying to make is he didn't look as rusty as I thought. The shot was off, and he had a great look at the end of the game to put the Warriors up. Not the last shot by Curry, the second to last possession in the corner, and he had a wide open look and he missed it. But I mean, I expect him to have a bigger role as this series goes on.
Oh, if he plays like that as this series goes on, he's going to have a much bigger role. There's no doubt about that.
I thought Mike Brown coached a magnificent game. I thought he did a great job with his rotations and everything else. Look who's joining us, the one and only Jerry Reynolds.
Hey.
Jerry, how are you, buddy?
Oh, I tell you what, I'm pretty darn good right now. That was, I don't know how many games I've seen better than that. I mean, it
was a classic.
Classic. It really was just a marvelous performance by both teams. And, obviously you can see why the Warriors have been great for a decade almost. And but the Kings, I mean, boy, De'Aaron Fox was just best player on the floor. And Monk, I kind of made the prediction before with the old-fashioned 3. I said Monk I really thought could really be the difference in this series. And I didn't know he'd be this much of a difference.
Jerry, you did it on the Wednesday show earlier this week.
Did I? Okay.
You called Monk as the X Factor.
Yeah, well, they're good. And I just did it everywhere. I was just right all the way around. And,
Jerry, your bench, Jerry, of Sacramento, I mean, Monk and Lyles and Alex Len, I thought gave them some big-time minutes. The Kings bench tonight has a lot to do with this win.
Oh, a tremendous amount. I mean, Lyles, when nobody can make shots, he really provided spark. Alex Len has just been a real find for this team. Gives them a lot of muscle they don't have otherwise, and especially with a game where Sabonis just wasn't very good offensively at all.
Yep.
I mean, that's probably the worst offensive game that Sabonis has played since he's been here. But one thing about him, he don't quit playing.
No.
He still tries to defend and set screens. But the way I look at it, that's a good sign for the Kings going forward. I don't think he'll be that ineffective offensively probably ever again.
I think you make a great point because Sabonis only had 12 points. Keegan Murray played 16 minutes and only had 2 points. Herter only had 6 points, and yet the Kings still won. I look at that as a big-time positive, Jerry.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And I think that's been kind of who this team is, because it wouldn't surprise you, either one of you guys, if Herter goes for 20 the next game or Barnes. I mean, I just think that's who this team is. And the Warriors are a lot like that. I mean, other than Curry, he's going to do it, but you're not always sure from game to game about Clay, really. I thought Wiggins was, if the Kings had lost the game tonight, I thought Wiggins would have been the reason because, how could you expect a guy to be that good and not played in several months? But he was.
Well, he was indeed. And now it's on to game 2. Ryan, I mean, I don't think you could have asked for a better outcome and the way this game went tonight.
No, not at all. I mean, think about what they came into, not experiencing that type of atmosphere, coming into play a team that is a 4-time
Yep.
champion in the last 8 years. And the Kings handled it.
Yep.
Not only did they handle it, there were lulls. They were down 10. They came back. And like the both of you said, Sabonis points didn't contribute as much there. Herter not as much there. So this was a team victory all the way around and huge for the Kings.
Jerry, you know what else I love? This was a very tight game. It went down to the final possession. I thought the officials did a great job tonight. I thought they had a hell of a game.
I did too. It's hard to, they let them play. There's a lot more contact at the basket than usual that's not called. And I don't think it should have been called. I thought, honestly, it was a beautifully officiated game. And you didn't see a lot of complaining overall. And when you did, usually the complainer was wrong. So excellent job by the crew. And I would have said that had the Kings lost as well. Just to like I say, when the bottom line comes, this was a great game that was played by the players, and the officiating was top flight. The crowd was top flight.
Yep.
And you had a masterful performance by De'Aaron Fox.
If you ordered a shirt, you didn't get it a month ago, we'll double check. We also had to reorder a couple of sizes, so we'll check on it for you. Okay. So thank you very much. All right. What about this text? Sabonis, Jerry, not handling the physical play of the Warriors. Your thoughts?
I don't know if that's a good point. I don't think he handled it very well. I thought in my mind, he tried to overthink it. He was doing too much faking and double clutching. Just take the ball up. They're really not that much shot blockers. So by pump faking 2 or 3 times, he gives the shot blockers a chance to get to him. So I think, he's such a smart player. He'll figure it out. But that's what I saw. I thought he was really giving them more credit than they needed to have on the defensive end, and the Warriors really do get to the ball quick. So anytime you're going to fake twice, don't be surprised if you get a second defender jumping at you.
Jerry, we talked about game 1 and how much pressure the Kings might face in game 2 if they lost. Here's what I'm taking out of this game. First playoff game for Fox, first playoff game for Keegan Murray, some of the others. Big crowd, big expectations. Kings have not played well at home this year, particularly as of late. And they beat the Warriors really almost at their best. And I think the confidence right now in that Sacramento locker room's got to be sky high.
Well, it should be. I mean, they took on the champs, the defending champs. They won. Now, we all know, and they know, and Coach Brown knows, and Coach Kerr knows that, you got to win 4. But the good news for the Kings, they only have to win 3. And so there's no reason not to be very confident. As you said, the Warriors played a terrific game. They got outstanding play from their bench as well. And so, it's on. That's all I'd say.
Hey.
I mean, it's one of those things where probably the defending champs are probably have slid a notch, and the up-and-coming Kings have raised themselves a notch. So that's what we saw.
Well, Jerry, what we're seeing right now, a couple of people have hit us on the chat line that your office is very messy.
Well, it is, and I got a surprise for you. My man cave is messy too, so to heck with you. I don't care. I'm lazy. I'm old.
Unbelievable.
Beauty.
Jerry, what changes, adjustments do you think the Warriors may make going into game 2?
Well, I think they're going to have to really focus on Fox even more. Whitey Gleason's always talking about the Fox in one. I mean, like a box in one. And I think at times, the Warriors are going to have to do that. They've got some really good defenders, certainly with Clay and DiVincenzo and Wiggins. And I think they're going to have to continue to rotate those guys on them. But they're probably going to start running another guy at Fox a lot quicker. I think they just have to do that.
Now, Jerry, another key here is it's 8:35. How close are we to your bedtime?
Well, normally you'd be within about a half hour, 45 minutes of it. I might stay up and just drink a little beer if Mr. Reynolds gets here pretty soon.
Like it, Jerry. Love it.
Man, what an atmosphere, Jerry. I mean, this kind of reminds you of the Arco Thunder days, doesn't it?
It really does, and the crowd outside before the game. And it just couldn't have been better. I don't know anything that could have been better. The atmosphere, the game itself. Obviously, fans were just starved for a playoff game, as we all are and were. And my gosh, what a marvelous experience! It does take me back to the late '90s. When you saw the team on the rise, and you knew it was going to be really good, and that's what you see right now. I'm like I was telling some guys the other day, it's one of those things. I'm just so happy to see a really good team here. I wasn't sure I'd see a playoff game before I croaked. So, of course, actually, Ryan, I wasn't too sure that maybe wouldn't see one before you croaked the way it was going. So happy times, good times are here again. That's what
yes, indeed, Jer. So, quick question about how Sabonis was guarded. What did you make of the Warriors sagging off Sabonis at the beginning of the game?
Yeah, well, I think early on he had some easy shots that he didn't make. And I think from that point on, they were going to force him to take a shot out there, much like the Kings guarded Draymond Green. Basically you're just saying, if you want to shoot it, fine. They did the same thing with Alex Lynn. And I do think really he has made those 15, 18-foot shots and actually made his threes 37%. So I really think he's got to go ahead and take a couple of those shots early and get them knocked down, and then really the offensive run even smoother.
Jerry, we got a couple shirts for you. This is the new shirt that's going to go up on the website tomorrow with the beam coming out. So we'll put that up available. And of course, we've got the black shirts currently. So Jerry, we got you covered. Okay.
I'll have those out on the trail.
I might even be Santa Claus and personally deliver it myself to your house. Okay.
Yeah. So that'd be nice.
Yeah. So we have a couple of different shirts that we are going to be able to give Jerry Reynolds.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. Here it is. Here, this is what it looks like, the black shirt. And then I just showed you the white shirt. Jerry, when you go on your walks, I mean, there are a couple of options here. People are either going to go, oh, wow, look at Jerry Reynolds, or you might be accosted, robbed, beat up, because you have my shirt on.
Well, they better bring your A game. They're going to beat me up. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, my gosh. Man, what a game, guys. I can't believe how great that game was. Jerry, that was a classic.
That was a classic, honestly. And all the time, you've seen the Kings, and I've seen the Kings forever. I'd put it right at the top. I can't think of a game any more exciting with so much on the line and just the fact of when it was played and also an absolute classic.
I mean, game 5 of the Western Conference Finals when Bibby hit that shot at the end. That might rival that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think you could come up, with really it was a classic game, the '96 game at home, but even though the Kings lost, but so there's some others, but I don't know. 20 years from now, I certainly this game will be discussed among fans for the all-time best.
Hey guys, we have not mentioned the name of Harrison Barnes. Jerry, what he does for this team is amazing, and it doesn't always show up in the box score. The Kings don't win this game without Harrison Barnes.
No, I mean, he doesn't have to put up big numbers to be valuable because he's a very, very fundamentally sound. He can score big if needed. If not, he can blend in. You almost never see Harrison take a bad shot. And of course, when he did take some shots, boy, they needed him to take them. So, yeah, I'm a Harrison Barnes fan. I mean, just look at his numbers for the year, and he is highly, highly productive. And there'll be a game in this playoff series where he probably goes for 20. Count on it.
All right, I want to tell you about New Works Plumbing. They've got a fix for you, any plumbing needs and repairs. Just go to New Works Plumbing or sackserviceplumbing.com. Call the number on your screen, newworksplumbing.com or sackserviceplumbing.com. They've got 24/7 service. You have a problem in the middle of the night, no problem. Again, that's New Works Plumbing. They've got a fix for you. Grant, Ryan, and the one and only Jerry Reynolds. Jerry, what do you think, man? You can't be content now if you're Sacramento. Forget about this. Get ready and try to take a 2-0 lead. Do not get complacent.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right, and I guarantee you know this, and Mike Brown knows it. The Warriors ain't going away. I mean, hey, they won championships. They won one last year. They got the heart of a champion. So if you don't bring your A game and play every bit as well as you played tonight, if not better, and I think you'll have to play, Sabonis and Keegan Murray are going to have to give them a little more, that type of thing. If you don't, the Warriors are capable of winning the next four. And of course, if the Warriors weren't who they were, the Kings could win the next three. So now this series, and I'd like to be wrong here. I'd like to see the Kings sweep, but I don't believe that for a second. I think these teams are too good. They're too close. They're too even.
Yeah, and there's so much room for improvement here, Jerry. I mean, talked about Herter. We've talked about Keegan Murray. What more besides scoring do you think Murray can bring to the game into the next game after that?
I do think that Keegan is showing some defensive ability. What I mean? He's got nice length, and he's reacting better. I'm not saying he's a stopper. I kind of think someday he will be. Kind of a Wiggins type player himself. But Wiggins wasn't what he is 3 or 4 years ago either, or as a rookie, as people remember, or I have forgotten, I'm sure. But I think they can, expect a little more of the defensive presence, and he'll start knocking down some shots. He's going to do that. He's done it all year.
126, 123 the final. Jerry, I got a little nervous in the third quarter when the Kings were down 10. I thought, they were on the ropes. And that was a key part of that game, that final 3 to 4 minute stretch of the third quarter.
Sure was. And I'm like you. I was concerned because they were close. It was close to being to where they might not have been able to come back. But then again, the more you watch this team, the less you should be concerned about that, and especially being the NBA. But because teams go on runs, and as you pointed out, I think they went on a 15-4 run to end the quarter. And I thought, Lyles had a big impact. I mean, Fox started going. Hey, these guys don't quit. They're just like the Warriors. They don't quit.
Well, again, 126 to 123 the final. Jerry, we really appreciate you coming on and sharing your thoughts after the game, and hopefully if it's not too late, you can join us after the game on Monday, but no pressure, Jerry. I know you got to get your sleep.
Yeah, I do. We'll talk about that. Okay.
We can get you a couple T-shirts and somebody to clean the office. How about that? All you got to do is show up.
No, I don't want nobody cleaning my office. You just, if you don't like it, just turn away. Don't look at it.
Oh my God.
See you guys.
Jerry, thank you. Appreciate
You're
it.
the best.
Oh my gosh. How great is it that Jerry joins us here? It's awesome, huh?
Special. Only way you can put it.
Oh my gosh. Tell you what else is special. We really appreciate all of our sponsors and Fosters and Paws, a group of animal advocates. They do a phenomenal job. I love the fact that they really work with young people, teach them the benefits and the lifelong benefits of owning an animal, taking care of a pet. They are I guess they lead. Their mission statement is so important to me, and I've gone on their website and I've seen what they do. I'll tell you something else I love, okay? They would love for you to adopt, all right? They deal primarily with dogs in shelters, but if you're unable to adopt a dog or one of their other animals, they greatly would appreciate a donation that can pay for the food and for the shelter of the animals. Again, Fosters and Paws, they do a great job. Just go to fostersandpaws.org. Man, what a night. I still can't believe the night. What a night.
I know. I'm pumped, and, I'm looking over the box score more. Grant, the Kings only took 32 three-pointers tonight. Usually they are in the neighborhood of 40, 45. But you know what they did? They took 32 free throws.
How about that?
That is huge because they don't usually get that many. That slows the game down, gets you a little breath, and you score with the clock stopped. So I actually like that balance.
We don't know if the Kings will get a Christmas game next year. I wouldn't worry about Christmas right now. I really wouldn't. I mean, it's April. I think we're okay.
It's kind of Christmas in Sacramento right now. It's been 16 years. You just got to win.
Appreciate that. I hope everybody had a chance to see the 30 for 30 that was put out on social media last night. What a 24 hours to be able to watch that and then watch this game one.
Yep. Pretty special. And if you did not get to check it out, go to Grant's Twitter. Second link that he posted, you can watch it.
Yep. Phenomenal. Incredible. I don't know if there are any negatives tonight. I mean, Sabonis didn't have his typical offensive game. Keegan Murray did nothing offensively. Herter didn't make a three, and yet the Kings won. I mean, there are a lot of positives.
Well, you named the negatives, which means it was still positive because the Kings won without those things. I think the one thing that was surprising to me was Kessler Edwards. He didn't get any minutes. I thought that he was going to be a good fit to kind of chase Curry around, chase Thompson around, Poole around. But, I guess we talk about Sabonis. If we're going to talk about some negatives, Sabonis sometimes being too unselfish, maybe a little indecisive. I would like to see him be more decisive because the space Golden State was giving him, those are shots he can make, Grant. Those are shots he can make. And, when you start thinking about it too much, that's when, it doesn't always go in. So I'd like to see him take those shots.
All right. Hey, if you want a shirt, a Grant Napier shirt that we're sporting, whether it's the white one or the black one, you can go right to grantnapier.com, or if you don't like that .com shop. Right now, the white shirts are not up on the website, but they will be, I think, tomorrow. And you'll be able to order the white shirts with the beam tomorrow. But right now, the black shirts are still available. Just go to, if you don't like that .com shop, or grantnapier.com. And we are sporting the black, the white. It's all good. And we're grateful that we were able to sell the shirts down here tonight at Bennett. A lot of people took them.
Yep, absolutely. So come get yours. And Grant, where are you going to be on Monday night for game 2?
I am going to be at Seoul Street. That's Seoul. Great Korean food on the corner of L and 16th, right next to the public house. That's Seoul Street. And I'll be out down there on Monday night.
Awesome. So go check Grant out. White T-shirts will be available there as well.
Appreciate the fact we're getting a lot of views, and we are pumped up, Ryan, that we got so many people watching us here.
Can't wait. It's awesome. We're so happy to celebrate with all of you and celebrate with everybody here and get this team ready for game 2. Another positive, the minutes were distributed well, no injuries, it doesn't look like. So let's go see if their mindset is what it needs to be heading into game 2.
I also want to talk to you about Gold Country Veterinary and Hospital. It's pretty amazing. We talk about their emergency services, and I talked about this on the pregame show. Now, think about this. In just the last 2 days, they've had emergency cases treated such as this: canine C-section, canine with bowel rupture from a foreign body, diabetic cat in crisis, 5 lacerations, 2 dogs with obsessed teeth. I mean, they do it all. I mean, they really do. They have an incredible service. Gold Country Veterinary and Hospital in Auburn, serving the foothills in Sacramento. Again, there's the number, and they do phenomenal work. They're open 6 days a week, but again, they do have urgent care and emergency services, and we're so happy that they are part of If You Don't Like That in our programming right here. That's Gold Country Veterinary and Hospital. Think about, I didn't even, again, it's not what I do. I don't think about it. Think about the number of emergencies just in the last 2 days and what they have been able to do. That's amazing. Whoops, sorry, I got to put your mic on. My bad. That's incredible to me.
It's incredible. Amazing turnaround for them, and, tells you someplace you can trust if you're in an emergency.
Absolutely. All right, well, the Kings were in kind of an emergency in the third quarter with about 5 minutes left. 6 minutes left in the third. They were down 10, and guess what? They got treated. They were up by 1 in the fourth, and that was one heck of a fourth quarter.
It was a great fourth quarter. One that will go down in the books for a very long time. And no, Jonah, I do not need to go to urgent care. Thank you very much.
Thankfully.
But no, it was a great fourth quarter. And just the momentum, you saw it turn. And the Kings did the things they needed to do. And it's what we always call it, the Fox quarter, Grant.
All right, what do you think the key is to game 2? Because the Warriors are going to come out because they do not want to have to go and win 4 of the next 5 games. So what are you expecting on Monday night?
I would expect the Warriors to come out firing, number one. Number two, I would expect them to be a little bit more physical. And 3, I think they're going to guard Sabonis the same way. I think they felt like they had success there. So expect them to try to do that again. What about you, Grant?
Again, I think the Kings have an amazing amount of confidence right now after what they did in game 1. Mike Brown knows, and he'll be able to share with his team what to expect. Nobody knows what to expect in game 2 more than Mike Brown. He lived with them the last several years.
Yep.
So he'll be able to coach them, tell them what's in store. You got to figure, you got to be realistic. You're probably not going to get this type of game from Monk. I'm not saying it's not possible,
right,
but you got to figure that Sabonis will be more productive. Herter will be more productive. Right. And I think Wiggins is going to play more too.
Yeah. I don't know if you'll get that Wiggins again. You might, but that was a heck of a performance. But yeah, I think it's getting everybody else involved. But either way, Grant, the fact that you already have one in your back pocket and you got one to go before you hit the road, that's a pretty darn good position against the defending champs.
What a game, 126 to 123. And we're very happy that we've reached 6,000 subscribers. Thank you, Jay. If you would like to subscribe, please just hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up, hit the like button. We are so thrilled that you're with us. When we started doing this, I think we only had 2,000 subscribers, so it's going up each and every show. Yep. I'm grateful for you. Ryan's grateful for you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to get up to 10,000 subscribers before the end of this playoffs.
Get us there. And believe it or not, people still don't know about our show. So if you're seeing this for the first time or you watch every time, tell somebody else about it. And, just play this ride with us. It's going to be fun.
And again, if you didn't watch the 30 for 30, go to my Twitter handle, all right, at Grant Napier Show. Check out the link, and you can watch the 30 for 30 on the Kings. All right, here's a lot of talk on Andrew Wiggins, a comeback game. Man had a lot on his mind. He's a good player. I expected him to channel what he's going through onto the court in game 1. Again, he didn't shoot the ball well from distance, but I thought he played very well. He played better than I thought he was going to play.
Yeah, he did. He's a professional. But being away from the game that long, I didn't expect him to look that solid with those guys and back in the flow like that.
You know what? I appreciate that. Again, I may not be an expert on this, but I don't believe I have enough subscribers yet to go to a membership on YouTube based on what I saw. By the way, and I really mean this, if we have anybody that is on the stream right now and you're a YouTube expert, and I really mean this, I would love to be able to speak to you. If you would not mind sending me an email, I would be greatly appreciative, okay? And I will get back to you. If you know about AdSense and everything else and all, I would love to be able to spend a couple of moments with you. I'll tell you what, you help me, I'll give you a couple of T-shirts, and we'll do it that way, okay? So if you're a YouTube expert, you know about all of that, I could really use some help. Hit me up, send me an email, gnapier@gmail.com.
That was a good speed dating pitch right there.
What do you think?
Good job, Napes.
I've done this a couple of times.
Okay, all right.
All right. As Jerry Reynolds would like to say, I've been around the block a couple times.
Hey, you know what I loved about the documentary last night?
What's that?
How many times was roll your sleeves up to your freaking neck in there? That was like in there 3 or 4 times. Loved it.
Oh, my gosh. I love it. Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
Man. The shirts are great. I'll tell you, the material of these shirts are excellent. So, again, go to the website, grantnapier.com, or you can go to ifyoudontlikethat.com/shop. Man, this is fun. We've been out here since 3:30 this afternoon talking to everybody, hanging out with everybody. It's been awesome.
It's been great. It has been so awesome. Bennett's has been awesome. Brian, thank you very much if you're watching. But what a great time. And Grant, again, you get to do it Monday at Soul Street.
Well, you'll be on remote.
The other
I'll be at home.
end.
Yeah, but we'll be together. We're going to be doing it, and I'm looking forward. So, can you imagine? All right, could you imagine if the Kings were able to get 3 more wins in this series? This town, oh my gosh, could you imagine could you just imagine if the Kings end up beating the Warriors in this series?
It's going to be bragging rights for a while. We're going to see more car flags. I'm already starting to see them. But no, it would probably be at the highest fandom level of excitement, even since 02. Even including 02, I should say.
Ed, yes, you can watch the 30 for 30. Go to my Twitter handle. You can see it right there on the screen, at Grant Napier Show. and just click on the link that I put out last night. Not the first link, the second YouTube link, and you can watch the 3430. Man, I don't even know what else to say. What a freaking night. What an amazing night.
Amazing. Team surprised the heck out of me. They brought it in the first quarter. They came back. Great stuff, Grant. And it's awesome having you back to watch these games and be here with all of us.
All right. So we talk about all-star, superstar.
Right.
De'Aaron Fox took a big step towards that next level in this game tonight.
So what? Yes, he did. But Grant, what solidifies that step to superstar? What is it?
You have to be able to take your team deep into the playoffs.
Deep in the playoffs.
That's correct. Now, you don't have to win the championship. I mean, Nikola Jokic is regarded as that.
Right.
And he has never been in the NBA Finals. But you got to win a couple of playoff series, and that's what's in front of him right now.
Okay, fair enough. I've always kind of wondered that, but 38 in your first playoff experience. That ain't too shabby.
Not only that, 38 with what he did in the first half. He didn't play well in the first half.
No, he didn't. We were talking about that. So exactly right.
Man, what a freaking game here in Sacramento tonight. Wow.
Who would have known, Grant? All they needed to do is put a beam on the building and the team would start winning. It's crazy.
That's it.
It's a beam. That's it.
And on the shirts.
And on the shirt. That's right.
You know, see? Absolutely. You know, we're all good.
Grant has the Jedi beam powers coming out of his hand. Somebody said build Mike Brown a statue. I know you said he coached well tonight. Where do you think specifically he coached?
I don't think I wouldn't build the statue of him just yet, but I thought he did a marvelous job in terms of not taking the bench out too soon, utilizing the guys that were going well and rode with them. And I thought that was big.
And that's been his calling card for the most part this season, but it was great to see he did that in the playoffs. So, yeah, right there with you.
Man, awesome. Any final thoughts here as we wrap this up?
Enjoy this one. Enjoy. Yep. Don't get too high. You know, we still got 3 more to go, but this was a great start to the series, and I hope everybody savors it and gets ready for game 2.
Yeah, I'm in Sacramento. We're at Bennett's in Roseville, and on Monday I'll be downtown Sacramento at Soul Street, Seoul, Soul Street, right on the corner of 16th and L. So come out and hang with me. We'll have shirts. We'll have everything else. We'll have fun. And maybe we'll be talking about a 2-love lead.
Still Warriors in 6?
Huh?
Still Warriors in 6?
Right now, yes.
All right.
If the Kings win on Monday, no, it will not be the Warriors in 6.
All right.
Yeah. So, well, I didn't think the Kings were going to get swept. I never thought the Kings would get swept. I thought they would win at least 2 games in this series. Yeah. But we'll see. You know, we'll see. Hey, buddy, this was fun tonight. I want to say thank you to the wait staff and everybody else here at Bennett's. Outstanding job. We are greatly appreciative of them. And I want to say thank you to everyone that joined us here on the stream tonight. Yes. Outstanding.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Man, great. Again, Monday, join us. Tomorrow, 9:30 in the morning, I'm going to be on Larry Kruger's YouTube channel breaking down this game 1. So join Larry and I tomorrow, not on this channel, but on Larry's YouTube channel. All right?
Yeah, but I'm sure you'll tweet out the link, right? If they go to
yeah.
Show.
Absolutely.
Just go to Grant's Twitter and you guys will find a link to that show.
All right, I just have a few other things to say. Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like Kings basketball. Oh, boy. One love, baby.
Nice.
One love.
Take us home, Napes. Take us home.
I'll take you home. How about that game tonight? It was a dandy in Sacramento. So long, everybody. We'll see you Monday night right here on If You Don't Like That. Oh,